Hi Libra, welcome. So Libra, this is going to be your reading. I am going to start with the general spiritual messages, and then I'm going to go into the love you versus them portion of the reading. I'm time stamping this November because that's when I'm recording it, but my readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever this finds you, that's when you're meant to hear it. So let's get into it. I actually started recording this and then I had to stop because I lost my train of thought. And I just felt like, ooh, let me get back into the sweet spot, right? But I don't believe in coincidences, Libra, and I feel a very complex energy around you. I feel like there's more things weighing on you than one. I feel like there's a lot of maybe different thoughts that you're having or different priorities that are pulling you in maybe a lot of different ways. And you may find that you yourself are losing your train of thought, like mid-sentence or mid-conversation. You find yourself drifting off into Libra land. So, yeah, it's a bit of like a foggy Seven of Cups-y energy. So I did pull some cards for you. And the first two cards out is the card of complexity and can I speak? The card of Mars. And then you have the card of Venus and Pluto. So Mars and Pluto, anytime that comes out, that always intrigues me because that's a very intense energy. It's like a surge of emotions almost coming through. A lot of change, a lot of transformation around this energy. It could feel both deep but also overwhelming. And I kind of got that sense of overwhelmment when I was meditating before the reading. And then it kind of dissipated. So you might find yourself facing some challenges or finding yourself, puzzled or trying to make sense of something, okay? But you also have the card of love, and I love that because love can build a bridge, right? Libra, right? And 'tis the season of Thanksgiving, at least here in the US, where it's all about giving your appreciation and your gratitude and your love. And it sounds cliche, right? That love is the answer, but that is the honest to goodness truth, right? So this is highlighting love, beauty, romance, indulgence, which I think is perfect with Thanksgiving coming up. I don't know about y'all, but I'll be eating 2 plates on Thanksgiving. I will eat as much food as I can possibly shovel into my face on Thanksgiving, and I will feel no shame about it. So, and I'm a Libra moon, Libra rising. So that means that I really like to have balance in my life. And I do try to do everything in moderation. But when it comes to the holidays, I'm just like, whatever. I would take 2 slices of that pie. Yes, I will. Anyways. All right. So, oh my gosh, you have the number 4 is shown itself here twice. So number 4s may be significant. You may catch yourself checking the time and it's 444. Check out the numerological meaning behind 4s. But you also have the card of breakthrough and transformation out twice, 2 different decks. This is the Tower in traditional tarot. Some of you also could be connecting with Scorpio, Gemini, Leo energy, or you could have that in your birth chart, and or it's just the influencing vibes. So again, this is highlighting connections, a powerful connection here. It doesn't have to be intimate, but some of you, yes. And there is a breakthrough around that situation, right? And it's helping you, whatever this breakthrough is that's coming through. The breakthrough is being able to see the full picture of something, the full picture. Some of you may have only had like pieces of information or only parts of the story or parts of the picture. And I feel like with the card of totality here, it's like being able to see the big picture behind things, which is like an aha moment, right? And I love aha moments. I love that feeling when something makes absolutely no sense to me, and then time passes and you go through growth, and then you get this point where you look back on your life and you're like, That makes perfect sense as to why it happened the way it happened. You know, like sometimes life makes no sense while you're living it, but that's why they say hindsight is 2020, right? Because sometimes in hindsight, it all makes perfect sense, right? So anyways, let's get into it and see. Mostly what they're highlighting is relationships and your emotional self. But let's see what else is going to come through for my Libras. 9 of Cups, 10 of Swords. High Priestess and the 8 of Swords. So, let me take a look at these cards for a second. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to pause, but here's the cards. The first message that I got, Libra, was leave it all behind. It's almost like some of you are in the space of like quiet contemplation about, should I leave it all behind? And is that on my path? This is an interesting message. Hold on a second. See, now some of you, and this could be relating to career, love, I don't care, take it as it resonates. Some of you have success or comfortability, right, with where you're currently at in your life. And yet there's like a change on the horizon, right? Or something that you feel intuitively called to or intuitively attracted to. And for some reason you feel like, or you may be contemplating, Libra, that you have to leave something behind, whether that's your comfort zone or the way that you're used to doing things or an actual person or place or whatever, what have you. It'll be different for each of you, but that is the very first message that I got. And it's like your mind is playing tricks on you, you know, all of these things that could go wrong or misperceptions, fears, doubts, all of that playing a role into this. And it's blocking your intuition. But, you know, our mind steady tries to play tricks on us like that. Like, that's why it's really important to know the difference between your ego brain and your spirit, your intuition. Because your mind will run rampant if you let it, and it will be telling you all kinds of things, some of which may be good for you, some of which may not be good for you. But there is one thing that never lies and never leaves you, and that is your spirit, your soul, the intuitive piece of you, that knowing within you, Libra. And so I always tell people, if you're having trouble, you know, figuring yourself out or figuring a situation out and what's right and what's not best for you, listen to the way that you feel. And leave other people and their opinions and their thoughts and ideas out of it. And some people don't really like when I say that, because they say, well, shouldn't you listen to the validation of others so that you don't make a mistake? And I would say, that's fine as long as you know other people are only going to guide you based on what is in their best interest. You're the only one that's going to guide you for what's in your best interest. You understand? So no matter how well-intending people are, most people will give you the guidance that somehow serves them in some way. So say you're about to make a decision, you know, on a partner or something you've got your eyes set on, and you're asking someone for advice, and that person is in a position where they worry or they don't like what you're about to choose. What kind of guidance do you think that person is going to give you? Guidance that matches how they feel about your situation, right? But does that mean that that's how you should feel about your situation. And that's where it gets tricky, right? So I always say, if it's fine to go outside of yourself to ask questions and ask for advice, but at the end of the day, you have to take into consideration that you are the only one that is truly looking out for your best interest. Other people can do their best to do that, but the reason I say that is because you are the only person feeling your feelings. And I've had people try to talk me out, well-intending people try to talk me out of something I knew my heart could not let go of. And I think the younger version of me would have bent to the expectation of others, and I would have passed on something I knew was meant for me. But the older version, the wiser version of me, would never let someone else trump over my own desires. This is part of our natural growth. And a part of it is learning how to trust your intuition, which is a learned process, right? I did not trust my intuition in my younger years because I did not know what it was. But then as life happens and as you grow, you become more familiar with that gut feeling, with that knowing. And now you could not talk me out of a decision if I have my heart set on it, because I know the value of my feelings, right? So Libra, all that to say that if you are facing some sort of decision right now, you need to prioritize how you feel. If you feel drawn to something, someone, somewhere, whatever, there's a reason for that. And other people may or may not understand that, but that's not up for you to worry about. You know, it's up for you to decide what you want to do about the feeling that you feel in your chest, because you're the one that has to live with that feeling. So anyways, that's the channeled message. Hope this is making sense. Let's go further and see what else. Page of Cups. Page of Cups. 5 of Cups. The World. And the 2 of Swords. So Libra in the heart space here. Yeah, definitely feeling drained here. It's weird because it's like you're draining yourself over an opportunity. Why would you worry and drain yourself over something that seems like an opportunity? So some of you are in this space, Libra, where, you know, I keep getting the word upliftment, where maybe you're in need of some upliftment or uplifting. Some of you are trying to lift yourself out of maybe a lower state of emotion, right? But man, your brain is just, this is what we do to ourselves, Libra. And to all my other fellow air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, we all do this. We just think and then overthink, and then you think about this side of the coin and that side of the coin and what that person might feel or view, or what that person may think, and then you think about how you think, and you're very considerate. Like, I feel like Libras are low-key the most considerate in the zodiac because you consider all angles, right? You're the balancer, you're the equalizer, and you function best when you're in that space. But this is not balanced. This is not equal. This is getting in your own way, Libra. Allowing your thoughts to interfere, right, with your decision making. And these aren't positive thoughts. So here's another question I get asked a lot. How do I know if the thoughts that I'm thinking are serving me? And I would say, if when you think those thoughts, you have a strong negative emotion, that emotion is letting you know that the way that you're thinking about something is not beneficial to you, right? and to change your thought process around it. So some of you have success here. You have some sort of big change that wants to come through, a breakthrough actually, and intuitively you know it, you feel it, there's that sense of knowing, but then your brain seems to be kicking in and thinking about all of these worst case scenarios, or thinking about it through the lens of what you don't like about the situation, and it's completely draining you. It's draining you and it's cutting you off from feeling as good as you could feel, when really the universe is presenting an opportunity here for you, and for things to come full circle, because you have 2 cards about totality or something coming full circle. So let's see what else. 3 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Devil. Why the Devil? No. Not ready for you. Oh, okay. I just noticed I got a different deck out. Oh well. We'll continue with this one, the Queen of Wands. So, yeah, there's like this over-skeptical thinker. That's an overdrive. That is really emotionally draining you. Now, for a few of you, it could be that there's someone that you're dealing with, right, that is a bit immature, that has the ability to stress you out, just point blank period. But the fact that you're allowing this to stress you out lets me know that you're not quite in alignment either, right? Because if you allow someone to change how you feel emotionally and vibrationally, that means you're not quite secure in what you're feeling and what you're knowing. And that's all right, because it's a learning process, right? If another person's doubt can make you doubt, that means you're not shored up. You're not secure enough yet in your decision. And that you need to allow time to pass until you become more certain in who you are and what you want. Right? So that's another thing. When you go to other people and they say, but I worry, I worry, I worry. If you yourself are not 100% certain in what it is that you're wanting, you would fall victim to that. You would begin to acquiesce to their worry, and now you're worried. It's because energy is contagious, not because what they're saying is the absolute truth of what is going to happen or the situation, but it's because you're putting more emphasis on that person's disalignment, aka worry, than your alignment, aka your certainty with self. I feel like I'm yelling at you. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys know I love you so much. Like, Libra, you're my favorite. Well, I don't have favorites, but you're one of my favorites. Like, I love Libra energy. I have a lot of Libra in my chart, so maybe that's why we gel, but whatever. I'm not trying to be hard on you. It's just like, wow, look at this opportunity. You have an opportunity to connect here, whether this is through networking or other people. They're encouraging you to also be open to ideas about new connections, new friendships, new, whatever. But there's also potential here for something to grow that's real, right? That is tangible, that is part of your future, that's going to help you feel more in control and more empowered, Libra. But the devil is in the details. Ooh. Better said, the issue here is that you're overthinking the details, the how, the what, the when, the why, the where. That's not up for you to figure out. All you need to do, Libra, is relax and have faith that it will get figured out, just like everything else in your life always gets figured out. Have you ever had a problem you just couldn't solve? And get so frustrated with it that you had to leave it alone or move away from it, only for it to become resolved by itself over time? Of course you have. Of course you've had that happen to you. because problems do not improve by your attention to them. They only become bigger problems. The only way to get resolution is to get into the vibration of the solution, which means stop focusing on the problem and start focusing on what is going well for you, what is going good for you. And as you focus in that positive direction, all solutions will come as a match to that vibration. It's about the vibrational work. It's not about the action. It's not about trusting anyone else other than you. It's not about anyone else other than you, Libra, because this is your personal journey. This is your personal transformation. It is only up to you, and all of it is already mapped out for you, and all you need to do is search for that good feeling space, what feels best to me in this moment, what feels best to me in this moment. When I visualize this, does it feel good or bad? If it feels bad, stop visualizing it. If it feels good, go more in that direction. And then chill out and watch it unfold. Watch, trust. There is a design here, and the design is called Law of Attraction, and it's working in your favor. So let's see what the guidance is. And then we're going to go to the love reading. So, it says, my life is about my relationships. You will never find yourself in a point in time when the subject of relationships is not an active part of your new experience. For everything you perceive or notice or know is because of your relationship with something else. Without a comparative experience, you'd be unable to perceive or focus any kind of understanding within yourself. Therefore, it is accurate to say that without relationships, you could not exist at all. Wow, really interesting card here. It is encouraging you to look at relationships as a comparative experience, as an experience to know and learn oneself, and to fully accept the experience as it is. So, wow, let's go into the you versus them now and see what we have coming through as it pertains to love. I'll see you in just a second. And welcome back. All right, so Libra, now we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. And keep in mind, this is a general read, so the roles can be reversed. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's get into it. So you have the card of expansion, luck, enthusiasm, beautiful energy to get. It's all about potential, and exploring your potential and allowing yourself to be open to the potentials. So let's see what else here for you, Libra. You have the card of stress. Not my favorite. Ooh, that's way too many. Hold on a second. Person they're connecting to, suppression, we are the world, and laziness. So, it's interesting to me that you have the card of expansion and exploring your potential, because your crowning energy, if you can see, this guy is stressing out, right? He's trying to balance everything and be everything to everyone. And this person has a very interesting vibe, right? I feel like the first thing I got was that this person is sitting on their laurels, which I think is a nice way to say they're sitting on their ass. Pretty sure. I think that's what it means. I'm sorry, but that's the first message that came to me. Okay, let me put that in a nicer way. Because there's nothing wrong with relaxing, but there's this person showing up as lazy. I'm sorry, that's just what it says, okay? Now, I'm not even saying that this person actually is that way, but maybe you're seeing them that way. So say you have a lot on your plate and you're doing a lot, and because of that, right, you want to relax, but you're not able to, but you see someone else relaxing, your very first thought is likely going to be lazy, because you're in an irritable space, because that's how our brain thinks when we ourselves are not giving ourselves the space to rest, right? So keep that in mind, because a lot of people don't know that. Tricky. Anytime you're judging someone and condemning them as lazy, that usually indicates that you yourself are not giving yourself enough space to rest. So anyways, whether this person actually is or not, they're showing up here as definitely suppressing something. This person may have pushed something really far down, or they have a tendency to push their feelings away or to suppress things. But things are coming full circle, and I feel like this person is trying to chill out, and maybe you or other people see that as lazy, whatever. I think they're just trying to feel their feelings, you know? Sometimes complacency is because someone's mind needs a rest, and I get a sense of like heavy contemplation going on and complacency at the same time. Let's see what your recent past energy is. You have the Lovers, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Death and Rebirth card. So, Libra, there may have been a decision that you were weighing out in regards to a relationship here, and trying to figure yourself out in the meantime as well. Trying to think about what you want for yourself. And that was one of the most predominant messages in the spiritual reading. It's about looking to your future. It's about change. It's about becoming the person you want to become. It's about things changing within yourself, but also within a situation. So let's see this person's recent past. Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands. What else? Five of Cups. The Hangman. So this person, they have regrets, right? This person regrets the way that they handled things in the past. Now that they have hindsight, right? And I talked about that in the spiritual reading. They would have maybe done it a different way, or said something a different way, or it's like this person was very passionate, and they were kind of coming from that passionate space, but it was also kind of an impulsive space. So they may have said or done things that they later, you know, regretted. But I feel like this person has had some sort of change in that, or some sort of change in perspective, to where now they can see, okay, I would have handled that differently, or I'm different now, and I don't want that to be held against me, possibly. Right? So I feel like there's remorse here showing up. And this is what they're suppressing, by the way. All right, so let's see what's going on in the how you perceive each other in the now. There's that Five of Cups that showed up in your spiritual reading too. What else? Three of Cups. Seven of Wands. Trying to put that back and it wanted to come out. So Three of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Hold on a second. Well, you certainly learned a valuable lesson in who to trust and who not to trust, didn't you, Libra? And it may or may not be related to this connection, but that is a message that came through pretty strongly. Some of you feel like you gave yourself emotionally to a situation that didn't ultimately support you back. Like you were expecting, you know, a more supportive atmosphere, or more support from a friend, a family member, this person, whoever, and then felt let down for whatever reason. That's a side note, may or may not be related to the connection. But it's actually made you stronger, right? And anytime we get disappointed in life, that's an opportunity for us to look within and ask ourselves, where am I looking for others to support me in a way that I cannot for myself? Because that's truly why I'm feeling disappointed. It feels like you're disappointed with other people, but really what you're disappointed with typically is yourself, right? For allowing yourself to rely on other people, because unfortunately, other people are fickle. No matter how much they love you and well-intending they are, and almost all of them are well-intending, they are still fickle because they have to follow their own insight, their own heart, their own intuition. And sometimes that, matches up to what you got going on in a supportive way, and sometimes it doesn't, right? But if you go your whole life needing something from everyone, and if they don't give it to you, then you feel bad. You're going to feel bad a lot. And I hate to say that because it's kind of like a harsh truth, but it's the honest truth. But the answer to the remedy to that, Libra, is to find a way to rely on self. Be good to yourself. Allow yourself to feel good. And if other people want to assist in that, then that's an added bonus, but it's not a requirement in order for you to feel good. And then you take your power back. Now you are more empowered. But oh, by the way, when you're in that space of being more empowered, people just naturally want to be around you and support you anyways. Everybody wants to be around the funny, happy, loving person. And nobody wants to be around the desperate, needy, negative person. Because energy works that way. It naturally, one naturally attracts and one naturally pushes away. And it cannot be any other way. And you can't expect, people to buck the laws of the universe, because they can't. Why am I talking like this to you? I love you so much. It's like I'm being so hard on you. It's like I'm being hard on myself. Are you being hard on yourself, Libra? Stop it. And don't take this as me being hard on you, because we are all learning, okay? And a lot of this advice I probably need to take. In fact, I will take it. Anyways, I feel like this person disappointed you. Long story short. Let's see where this person is at. How do they perceive you? Four of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Yeah, I feel like this person, they view you as closed off, right? And yet they want to give to the connection. I feel like this person knows that you mean what you say and that you have a very strong will, especially when you've made your mind up. And I feel this person fears you have made your mind up, right? So it's like trying to give to a closed door. And some of you have, some of you are still contemplating. In fact, if you're watching this reading, you're probably more on the contemplation side, or you wouldn't care to know more. Just saying. But I feel this person views you as someone who's very giving, so they take it really seriously when you close that off. When you stop being that open person that you naturally are, right? This person may also feel judgment here, whether you're judging them or they fear that, Libra, or vice versa. Let's go further into the emotional space. Let's see, how does Libra feel underneath it all? Four of Wands. Yeah, the Sun. Ooh! Okay, yes. This is the relief I was looking for. You know, all the BS aside, when it really comes down to it, regardless of what's going on with this connection, you know who you are. And that's what the spiritual reading was about. And it's like, you know, getting into the space of like, yeah, I feel blessed because I am blessed. I feel in your heart, it's like playfulness, happiness, joy, connection, love, romance, a significant connection showing up that may or may not be related to this connection. And it's interesting because you had been in this space, Libra, where you were kind of shut down, you were disappointed, but you learned something. You learned something here. And it's like you're taking that as a valuable lesson but leaving the pain behind. And that's exactly how you heal. And now it's like you're opening yourself up to, okay, opportunity, connection, fun, new things. Some of you travel, to fall in love, to be in love with your life or with this person, and to let yourself feel how good that is. And some of you allowing yourself to feel the connection here. Let's see this person. Let's go deeper. How do they feel? Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. Wow. King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. With the Lovers. Now this person definitely feels that they've made an investment here, but at the same time, a lot of worry, a lot of fear over the connection, over you, Libra. Will you take the chance? Will you not take the chance? Something like that going on. And or it's like, will there be the dawn of a new day? Sorry, that specific wording came through. Of course there'll be a dawn of a new day. It's like this person wants to take a chance here. Okay. And you're showing up in the heart space. And yet they're worried that they're going to be waiting. So let's go into most likely outcomes then. Judgment. Four of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Page of Cups. Okay, I actually felt it like this. So there's definitely something that you're holding on to here, or holding close to your heart, and I heard snap out of it, or you're snapping out of it, okay? It's like holding your cards close to your chest and feeling the weight of that, and then realizing that it feels so much better when you just allow yourself to be open. When you just allow yourself to be open, to assume positive intent, to look for the good, to find the silver lining, to allow the situation to naturally change. Ooh, some of you are getting into the space where you're learning how to soothe yourself, which is one of the best things you could ever teach yourself, is to learn how to soothe your mind. But it's almost like you put yourself in a space where you have to, or because you can't take it anymore. You don't want to feel like that anymore. So you really only have one solution, and that solution is you got to let something go in order to feel better. Or you got to be able to see it a different way. One of the two. And if you can't let it go, then you need to see it a different way. And if you can't see it a different way, then you need to let it go. So you know, some of you are like going back and forth, back and forth. Just give up the need to know either way. Let yourself have one solid weekend of chilling out and not caring how it works out, and then see what happens naturally. This person's most likely outcome. The High Priestess, the Eight of Swords. They're searching for answers. They're searching for a reason. They're giving me, I hear a song, give me one reason to stay here. Tracy Chapman. It's a great song, by the way. This person is searching for answers, okay? And not finding them because they're not listening to their intuition. You know, well, I don't want to say not all of the time, but they're really having difficulty with it. So if they are appearing complacent or lazy or whatever. It's because they're having a hard time coping with their emotions. You know what I mean? When you have a lot going on in your headspace, why am I saying it like that? I'm sorry. I feel like this person maybe needs to get something out, or off their chest. But anyways, you know, like when you have a lot going on mentally, it's almost like you can't get anything done. And even if you try to be productive, you're not all that really productive. You know what I mean? Because you're scatterbrained, right? And it's like, yes, that's how it feels here with this person. And it's because they're suppressing their emotions, you know, as opposed to letting themselves feel it. And the reason that they're doing that is because for some reason they've put all the power into your hands, whether they know it or don't know it, because they're over here waiting. They're giving me a Selena Gomez song. This could be for you or your cross-watcher, but I needed to lose you to love me. That's what she says. To love me. Mm-hmm. This is emotional. I can feel that there's genuine love, like caring and possibly concern coming from this person and the connection. Okay, I feel it coming from their energy, but it could be yours. It's a general, guys, so take it as it resonates. Otherwise, they wouldn't stress about it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't stress about things you don't care about. And I see that you were stressing too, so that means you care too. Yeah, the first thing I heard was this person just wants to be happy. But they get in their own way sometimes, and I feel like this person is needing to listen to their intuition more. And they may benefit from your spiritual reading as well about how to know what is intuition. Like, I feel like this person is learning to develop and strengthen that, and in some odd way, well, not odd, but this connection is assisting with that. And it's also assisting you to learn valuable tools for yourself that you're going to use in your future. So every connection that you have in your life has a purpose. You just got to look for it. So let's see, Libra, what's the guidance? Billions of us are living in perfect diversity. The diversity of your planet is of tremendous value and benefit because from variety springs all new ideas and expansion. Without the diversity, there would be complacency. There's that word, complacency. I never get that word. I've gotten it like 500 times in this reading. And now it's on this card. You can't tell me. That's a coincidence, I'm saying. Anyways. Okay. Let me reread it. The diversity of your planet is of tremendous value and benefit. Without diversity, there would be complacency and endedness. You are billions of people living the perfect diversity just as you knew you would, constantly asking for improvement and thereby setting up for the next generation an improved life experience. If you understood that and no longer clamored for one right way to live, things would go better for you much sooner. So this is interesting. This card is basically saying that appreciate that not everyone thinks and is exactly like you, because their diversity helps you better know who you are. But it's also saying if you need someone to do something different or live a certain way in order for you to feel good, that you are backwards in the way that you're thinking about it. Because all of your power is in your ability to feel good either way. So, interesting. Libra, zodiac signs that you may be connecting with or have in your own birth chart. I have Pisces, Leo, Scorpio, Gemini. Libra, Leo, Aries, Gemini, Libra. Those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I got engaged on Halloween. That video is pinned at the top of my Facebook if you want to see it there. And yeah, because I caught it on video. How cool is that? And it's Tarot Time with Dana, name of my Facebook, Instagram, all linked here, as well as the About section. There's the donation link in the About section if you would like to donate to the channel to say thank you. Appreciated, but never expected. Otherwise, wishing you the very, very best. And until next time, my friends, namaste.